Ranua,
Ranua,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kadesh Haya,
Kadesh Haya,
Shimka,
Shemka,
Ya,
Ya,
Malakwa,
Malakwa,
Kaba,
Kaba,
Rataza,
Rataza,
One Ka,
Haya,
Haya,
Isha,
Barataza,
Barataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Haya,
Haya,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
then Lanua,
Lanua,
the Kain, Kariwan, Wasalat,
Wasalat,
Wa,
Kawawa,
Wa, Kasalat,
Wa,
Kawawa, Yanua, Wala'at, Thabaya, Anua, Ba Nasaiwan, Bo, Washa, Nua, Menri, Kaya, Ka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapar, La Iwalamya.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever. So let it be done. Hallelujah. Cut that. Hallelujah. Thank you for joining us for Passover, Israelite Nation Assembly's Passover. And right now, what we want to do is we want to go into our Torah reading. So I want the Deuteronomy 6 and 4 through 5. And then I want Exodus 12, 1 through 16.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. And they read, Hear, O Israel, the Most High, our power, is one power. And thou shalt love the Most High Yah with all thine heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
This is our national anthem. Give me Exodus 12, start at verse 1, and you're going to read on down to verse 16.
Exodus 12, 1 through 16. And the Most High spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts of the upper door posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste in the Most High's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Most High. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Most High throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
For the reading of Torah. So we ain't going to waste any time here. You know that everybody we asked to come into the room with us on the page and to celebrate with us. They should be already in the room. They should already be in the room. So we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to go over a few scriptures, and then we're going to pray again, and then we'll go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of your Passover in your prospective homes. Okay? Give me Psalm 78. Psalm 78. I'm going to title, I like to give little titles to lessons that we do. So I'm going to title this one, Passover, a celebration of death. Passover, a celebration of death.
78 and what?
78, and we're going to start at 43. We're going to read the 43 through 53. Because it's almost like a rehearsal of what went over, but it's a quick scripture of what happened to us in our captivity. Then the reason why we're celebrating or memorializing today is because of what these different events that happened to us in our Egyptian captivity. So we want to go over it a little bit. Okay, come on.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verses 43 through 53, and they read, how he had wrought his signs in Egypt, and his wonders in the field of Zoan.
Zoan is in Canaan. Come on.
And had turned their rivers into blood and their floods, and they could not drink.
There was a drought. Come on.
He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them.
Come on.
He gave also their increase into the caterpillar, and their labor into the locust.
And that which caused famine. So you have to see this thing for what it is. You have to use your mind's eye. First, there was water, there was blood in the water, right? And it caused the drought. Secondly, the locusts and the grasshoppers and the locust came, and the flies and the frogs came, which caused famine. Come on.
He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave up their cattle also to the hail.
He killed their food. Come on.
And their flocks to hot thunderbolts. He cast upon them fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels among them.
By sending evil angels among them. This is what Yah does. Hold that. Give me 1 Kings 22 and 21. This is nothing new for Yah. This is what he does. He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Remember? He does not change. He sent evil angels amongst the children of Egypt.
Just talking about that.
Yeah.
1 Kings what?
1 Kings 22 and 21. 21 through 23.
1 Kings 22, 21 through 23. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Most High and said, I will persuade him. And the Most High said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit.
Read it again. Read it again.
From 21?
Yeah, 21.
1 Kings 22, verse 21 through 23.
Read.
And there came forth a spirit.
The spirit was a messenger, an angel of the Most High. Come on.
And the spirit stood before the Most High and said, I will persuade him. And the Most High said unto him, wherewith?
How? How are you going to persuade him? Come on.
And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
I'll be a lying spirit, meaning I'm going to be a wicked spirit. I'm going to be an evil messenger, an evil spirit. Read.
And he said, thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Most High hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets.
Who did it?
The Most High hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets.
So that's what he does. He does not change. He put forth a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets. And just like he did in Egypt, he put forth evil spirits amongst the children of Israel to do wicked things to the children of Israel. Israel likes killing things. Yah likes killing things. And he does it with evil, wicked spirits. Come on. We're going somewhere. Is that it? All the 23? No. Come on.
And the Most High has spoken evil concerning thee. That's it.
That it?
That's it.
All right, let's go back to Psalms 78. Where was we at? What verse
was it? The book
of
Psalms, chapter 78, verse 49.
Come on.
He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger.
Come on.
Wrath and indignation and trouble.
Come on.
By sending evil angels among them. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death.
He didn't spare their souls from death, meaning he didn't care. He didn't care. Come on.
But gave their life over to the pestilence.
Pestilence is disease, plague, and death. Read.
And smote all the firstborn of Egypt, the chief of their strength in the tabernacles of Ham.
Come on.
But made his own people to go forth like sheep.
Come on.
And guided them in the wilderness.
He guided us in the wilderness like a flock. Read.
And led them on safely.
Led us on how?
On safely.
Led us on safely. Read.
So that they feared not.
Read on.
But the sea overwhelmed their enemies.
But the sea overwhelmed our enemies. Meaning destroyed, killed our enemies. This is a song, and it ought to be sang in the ears of our children. This is a song that ought to be sang in the ears of our children. When we wake up in the morning, you ought to be singing this song in the ears of your children.
Like I need to go spiritual.
You ought to be singing this in the songs. You know, baby, that Yah's going to deliver us and destroy our enemies. This is a song that need to be sang.
All day. Thank you, Dad.
This is a song, a true song of freedom right here. Give me Exodus 15. Moses sung that song.
15 and what?
15 and verse 1. Moses sung a song of deliverance. And the song of deliverance is a celebration of death. People don't understand. They never equate death with salvation. But that's the only way you can equate salvation, is with death. You cannot take death out of salvation. To be delivered, something has to die.
Gotta be blood.
Something gotta go in order for you to be free. Read verse 1.
Exodus 15 and 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song.
What song did they sing? Come on.
Unto the Most High.
Read.
They spoke, saying, I will sing unto the Most High, for he hath triumphed gloriously.
How did he triumph?
The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
He killed them. That's the song that they were singing. Kill, 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 kill. Verse 2.
Exodus 15 and 2.
Uh-huh.
The Most High is my strength,
He is my
and
strength
song,
and my song.
and he has become my salvation.
And he has become my salvation through death and destruction. That's the only way he has become my salvation. We are memorializing what he's done for us in the past, but we are looking to something that he's going to do for us in the future. Get your mind ready and get your mind wrapped around that. Hold on. Let's go.
Exodus 15 and 2. The Most High is my strength and my song, and he has become my salvation.
He has become my salvation.
He is. Go ahead.
He is my Yah. Come on.
He is my Yah, and I will prepare him a habitation. My father's Yah, and I will exalt him.
Let's go. Let's flip over to 14 right quick. Let's go to 14 and 27.
Exodus 14.
Exodus 14 and 27, because we have to see what salvation is. For all of you Christians out there, I know you tired of me coming after you, but yes, Mr. Christian, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Mr. Christian.
The book of Exodus.
You think you saved? I'm about to tell you how you get saved.
Chapter 14, verse 27.
Come
and
on.
it reads, and Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea,
Come on.
and the sea returned to his strength.
And it closed back up upon the Egyptians. Come on.
When the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it,
Come on.
and the Most High overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea.
We keep on saying the same thing, right? We keep on reading the same thing. Keep going.
And the waters returned,
Come on.
and covered the chariots and the horsemen,
Uh-huh.
and all the host of Pharaoh
Uh-huh.
that came into the sea.
Killed
after
the
them.
whole army that came into the sea chasing after our forefathers. Killed all of them. Read.
There remained not so much as one of them.
There remained not so much as one of them left. All of them Hamites had to go. Read.
But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea,
Uh-huh.
and the waters
Come on.
were a wall unto them on their right hand
Read.
and on their left.
Read on.
Thus saith the Most High,
Come on.
saved Israel
Come on.
that day out of the hand of the Egyptians.
Read it again.
Thus the Most High
What
saved.
did he do?
Thus the Most High saved
He
Israel
saved Israel. Come on.
that day out of the hand of the Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
And Israel saw the Egyptians
Come on.
dead upon the seashore.
And Israel saw the Egyptians dead up on the seashore. So if you want to be saved, Mr. Christian, you got to see folk dead on the other side. The same way he delivered us out of Egypt back then is the same way he's delivered us out of spiritual Egypt this time. We're going to see folk dead as we leave. People got to die. People have to die. And we're going to see them dead. We're going to see our enemies dead as we leave. Was that all of it? Was that 30?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to Exodus 15. Start at verse 3.
Exodus 15, verse 3. The Most High is a man of war.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts hath he cast into the sea.
Come on.
His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea.
Come on.
The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as stone.
Verse 6.
Thy right hand, O Master, is become glorious in power.
Read.
Thy right hand, O Most High,
Come on.
have dashed in pieces the enemy.
Let's find out who and what this right hand is. Give me Wisdom of Solomon. Give me chapter 9. Start at verse 4.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 4, and it reads, give me wisdom that sitteth by thy throne.
Give me what?
Give me wisdom that sitteth by thy throne.
Does wisdom have a body? No. So this is metaphoric. This is metaphoric. Read it again.
Give me wisdom that sitteth by thy throne.
Wisdom sits by the throne of Yah. Come on.
And reject me not from among thy children.
How do I know that this is a man? Read on.
For I, thy servant and son of thy handmaid,
Come on.
am a feeble person,
Come on.
and of short time,
Of a short time, meaning he was on this earth only 33 years. Come on.
and too young for the understanding of judgment and law.
Read.
For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men,
Read it again.
for though a man never be so perfect among the children of men,
He was perfect among the children of men. That's how you know he's talking about Yahweh Shai. Read.
Right.
yet if thy wisdom be not with him,
Uh-huh.
he shall be nothing regarded.
Read on.
Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people.
Read it again.
Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people.
The wisdom that he's referring to was chosen to be a king of the people of Israel. Read.
And a judge of thy sons and daughters.
And a judge of the sons and daughters. Was that all of 7?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go back. Nope, give me Hebrews. Give me Hebrews. Somebody give me Hebrews right quick. Hebrews 1 through 3. Y'all follow along. Follow along. 1 through 3.
Hebrews
1
chapter 1?
through 3. Chapter 1.
1 through 3.
1 through 3. Yeah.
Hebrews 1, chapter 1, 1 through 3.
Come on.
Yah, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spoke in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things,
Come on.
by whom also he made the world.
Come on.
Who being in the brightness of his glory and in the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins,
What did he do?
sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high.
What did he do?
Sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high.
He sat down at the right hand of the majesty on high. Come on.
Being made so much better.
Was that it? Verse 3?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, now go back to 15. Sat down at the right hand of the majesty on high. Who was the right hand? Let's go back to 6.
We're to Wisdom of Solomon.
Exodus 15 and 7, I'm sorry. Nope, wait a minute. 6. That's right. 15 and 6.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 6, and it reads, Thy right hand, O Yah,
We know who the right hand is now. Come on.
is become glorious in power.
Mm-hmm.
Thy right hand, O Yah, have dashed in pieces the enemy,
Come on.
and in the greatness of thy excellency,
Come on.
thou hast overthrown them
Uh-huh.
that rose up against thee. Thou sendest forth thy wrath,
You sending forth wrath. Come on.
which consumed them as stubble.
Now, which consumed them as stubble. So this man of war who overthrew them, became wrath, and consumed them. But who is he? A biblical description of the deliverer is in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18. The man of war,
18 and what?
18 and 5.
Wisdom of Solomon, 18 verse 5.
Who is this? Who is this right hand? Who is this man of war? What is y'all talking about? And what did he do? Come on.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 verse 5.
Come on.
And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints,
Come on.
one child being cast forth and saved, to reprove them, thou tookest away the multitude of their children and destroyed them altogether in a mighty water.
Read verse 5 again. Read verse 5 again.
Wisdom
Watch
of
this.
Solomon, 18 verse 5. And when they determined to slay the babes of the saints,
When they determined to kill the children of Israel, they said, we're going to take away their firstborn sons. Yah says, that's it. Y'all decided right then and there, that's it. Enough is enough. Read it again. Watch this.
Wisdom of Solomon, 18 and 5. And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints,
When they determined to kill the firstborn sons of the children of Israel, come on.
one child being cast forth
The one child being cast forth is Moses.
and saved,
And saved. Moses was saved from that.
to reprove them,
To reprove them that did this deed, come on.
thou tookest away the multitude of their
He
children
killed the multitude of their children, come on.
and destroyed them altogether in a mighty water.
So everybody, when they had killed the sons of Israel, the firstborn sons, Everybody, there had to be blood. There had to be blood after they killed them boys. So that's why he took the whole army of Egypt out. That was payment for what they had did. They had to pay for that. Come on, verse 6.
Wisdom of Solomon 18:6.
Read.
That night were our fathers certified afore, that assuredly knowing unto what oaths they had given credence,
Come on.
they might afterwards be of good cheer.
Come on.
So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the
The
righteous.
salvation of the righteous. You must. I'm telling you something. Some of you Israelites out there, them believing, so-called believing Israelites, you got to accept, in order to receive your salvation, you got to receive the destruction, accept the destruction of your enemies as well. Wow. You have to have both. You can't have one without the other. You got to say, listen, my enemies is going to die and we're going to be saved, and accept it and know it. Read.
Let's go back to the library.
Wisdom
of Solomon 18:7.
Come on.
So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and the destruction of the enemies.
That's the explanation of salvation right there. That is salvation in a nutshell right there. Verse 8.
For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou did glorify us, whom thou called.
Read.
For the righteous children of good men did sacrifice secretly, and with one consent made a holy law, that the saints should be like partakers of the same good and evil.
Come on.
The fathers now singing out of the songs of praise.
Read on.
But on the other side there sounded an ill-according cry of the enemies.
We sung praise, but on the other side of the water there was an ill accord. But they was in mourning. Come on.
But on the other side there sounded an ill cry of the enemies, and lamentable noise was carried abroad for the children that were bewailed.
Come on.
The master and the servant were punished after one manner.
It didn't matter what kind of money you had. Come on.
And like as the king,
come on.
so suffered the common person.
So just like the king, however the common person suffered, so did the person that was of nobility. They suffered as well. It didn't matter. You was a Hamite, you was an Egyptian, you were suffering the same way. Read on.
So they all together had innumerable dead.
Read it again.
So they all together had innumerable dead.
See, this is more than just. We often thought of of our escape from Egypt as being just Pharaoh's army that died. No. He went through and killed a lot of people. There was hardly any Egyptians left when he got done. You have to see this. It's going to happen again, and you have to accept that. It's going to happen again. Read. Read. You accept it.
Yeah.
Read.
Wisdom of Solomon 18:12.
Come on.
So they all together had innumerable dead with one kind of death. Neither were the living sufficient to bury them.
Come on.
For in one moment the noblest offspring of them was destroyed.
13.
For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of the enchantments, upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledged this people to be the sons of Yah.
It's going to happen again. Read on.
For while all things were in quiet silence.
Just like we're memorializing the night that we were in our Passover night, that first Passover night in Egypt, which we were not in Jerusalem. For all those that want to be at Jerusalem for Passover, we was in Egypt. The first Passover was celebrated in Egypt. Come on.
And that night was in the midst of her swift course.
Come on.
Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven.
Read it again.
Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven.
Read it again.
Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven.
The almighty word leaped down from heaven. Come on, as what?
Out of thy royal throne.
Out of thy royal throne, come on.
As a fierce man of war.
As who?
As a fierce man of war.
Now we know who the man of war that was talking about in Exodus 15:3. Now we know who that man of war is. Come on, read it again.
Thine almighty word leaped down from the heaven out of the royal throne.
Now you don't think this is Yah leaping down out of his throne, do you? No, you ain't coming down there for that. There's somebody else leaping out of a throne.
I know who it is.
Read.
Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven.
Come on.
Out of thy royal throne.
Come on.
As a fierce man of war.
Come on.
Into the midst of a land of destruction. And brought thine unfeigned commandments as a sharp sword.
Come on.
And standing up, filled all things with death.
With death? Come on.
And it touched the heaven. But it stood upon the earth.
But it stood upon the earth. I want to say hallelujah. We are celebrating this Passover a memorial of death. A memorial of death. You had something? Okay.
I got two.
A memorial of death. So with that being said, we're gonna leave you with that. We'll leave you with that, and we just want to pray and hope that you all are staying safe where you're at, and hopefully, y'all willing, we'll be able to regather ourselves together and keep y'all's feast as appointed, and keep y'all Sabbaths as he appointed. So we just want to pray. Y'all, I pray right now in the name of Yahushua. I pray over the people of Israel. I ask that you will come and heal our land. Heal our hearts, our minds, fill our hearts and minds and spirits with your commandments. Give us the drive to keep your commandments. And give us the love for you, Yah, and the love for our brothers. With that being said, we say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your